Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back. Glad you're here today. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make some old-fashioned chicken and dumplings. If you've never had them, you're in for a major treat. Now, the way we make dumplings around here, they are big, fat, fluffy dumplings. I don't do none of the rolling out and cutting out to make like the dumpling noodles. Nothing wrong with that, but just around here we like the big, fluffy dumplings. So I'm going to show y'all how to do that today. It's super easy, great way to use leftover chicken. I have people ask me all the time, you know, what do I do with all this chicken when they buy the whole chickens from me? Something like this is a good way to use it. So what I did last night was I picked my chicken off the bone and went ahead and put the carcass in, it was actually this pot here, and boiled it with some water and some different herbs to make some chicken broth. I do usually make large batches of chicken broth to can. I haven't done that lately, so I did need some chicken broth for this recipe. I ended up making about 1.5 quarts, so I'm going to go ahead and use all that. But see how rich this looks? So much better than the store-bought stuff. Now, if you only have the store-bought stuff to use, that's totally fine. But I do encourage you to try to make your own. It's pretty much all you gotta do is boil your chicken bones and you'll have chicken broth. But I do like to add some herbs and things in there with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in my pot. See how thick that is? That's when you know you've got a lot of good nutrients in there. There's nothing wrong with that chicken broth. That's actually a really good broth when it looks jello-y like that. You know, it kind of freak you out the first time if you've never done your own chicken broth. But, yeah, the jello-y like that, y'all, that is going to be some delicious stuff. Good for your body, mind, and soul. Whoever knew eating chicken and dumplings would be good for you. That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and be letting that heat up. Now, of course, after it gets warm, it's not going to be jello-y like that. It only happens when it gets cold. Now, I've got about 2-ish cups of chicken that I pulled off the bone, like I said, last night and put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and put all that in there, too. You want to make sure you got a pretty deep pot when you're making chicken and dumplings, because we're going to need some room at the top. And I hope this one's going to be deep enough. Now, this recipe with minus the dumplings is exactly how I make chicken stew. So, you could either use this recipe to make chicken stew or chicken and dumplings. While that's heating up, I'm going to take about 2 cups of milk. Pour that in there. And if I need a little more liquid, I will add a little water. The way I judge that is like liquid to chicken ratio, how much chicken to soup that I want. You know what I mean? And that's looking pretty good. So we're going to want to go ahead and season this, and then we'll get started on our dumplings. So I'm going to give us a good shake of salt, which I don't need a ton because when I was doing that, this comes out slow if it looks like I'm putting a lot. But this is Redmond's Real Salt. Love this stuff. I recommend y'all looking into it. Met those folks at the Homesteaders thing. Super nice people. A little salt and a little pepper. Actually, a lot of pepper because I love pepper. But this is just seasoned to taste. So ever how you like it. This recipe is actually very forgiving. Chicken and dumplings can sound intimidating, but it's so forgiving. Alright, now for the dumplings. You're going to start off with 2 cups of self-rising flour. Self-rising is the key word here, okay? If you use all-purpose flour the way that I'm going to make them, you're going to have some really dense, tough dumplings. We're going to do that, about a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go ahead and get that mixed in there. So this right here is kind of like you're making biscuits for these dumplings. Then we're gonna need 4 to 5 tablespoons of butter. All right, I've got my butter in there. I'm gonna take my little thingamajigger here and cut that down in there. You can use a fork for this. You can use your hands. I like to use this thing. And so we're gonna do it, like I said, just like biscuits. Want it to be about no bigger than pea sized. Your little chunks of butter floating around in there. All right, that looks pretty good. We're gonna take about a cup of milk and pour that in there. You can use regular milk or buttermilk. I don't have any buttermilk right now and didn't take the time to do the vinegar trick. So regular milk it is tonight. You don't have to be as gentle with dumplings as you are with biscuits as far as the stirring process. Just mix it till it's combined. Like that right there. That looks good. Just waiting on my mixture here to come to a boil. It's got some nice fat in there. I'm debating on whether I want to put butter in there. You can put butter in there. I think I'm going to. You don't have to. It'll be delicious without butter. But I like butter in my chicken stew. So I'm going to cut the heat up a little bit. Now, you want to taste this to make sure it is seasoned the way you want it, because after we put those dumplings in there, we are not stirring it anymore. So I like to go ahead and season it before that step. And like I said, at this point right here, you've got chicken stew. If you wanted to just leave it here, now it's a little bit thin for chicken stew in the way that I like it. So what I would do if I was making chicken stew is take a little bit more milk and put a little flour in it and mix that in just to thicken it up just a little for chicken stew. But for my chicken and dumplings, I'm not going to do that. We're up to a good rolling boil, so I'm going to give it one more good stir because this is going to be it till it's done. Cut my heat down to medium so that don't scorch. All right. So now we're ready to add in our dumplings. I get about a tablespoon at a time and just drop them in there. And I try to, pay attention where I dropped one at. I try not to put them on top of each other if I can help it. And just kind of put them around here like that. Golly, y'all, this is one of our most favorite meals, and it is so easy. So easy. Sounds so intimidating, but so easy. Don't waste your time like rolling up canned biscuits and doing this. It's just as easy to do it this way, and in my opinion anyway, it is so much better. Because these dumplings are what makes it. Like, the soup's good, the soup is delicious, but the dumplings make it. See how much bigger these are getting as they're cooking? So you don't want to be like a ginormous spoonful because they will be massive. I'm trying to drop them where there's not one. So the whole top of this, my goal is for the whole top of this to be full of bread. for one more that I'm gonna squeeze in there somewhere. All right, after we get that in there, we're gonna cover it and let that cook till the bread gets done. All right, y'all, so my dumplings have cooked about 5 minutes. We're gonna check and see if they're done. So one way I like to check is just to see if you see air bubbles coming up through some of them, which I do. And I'm just going to fold a piece of one of them back, like break one of them open to see if it looks like bread inside. See if I can get one and show y'all. So can y'all see that one that I just broke open? See if I can zoom in. See there how that looks like cooked bread on the inside? That's how you know your dumplings are done. So I think, check a couple others, yep. So I think we're ready to eat, y'all. I'm gonna cut that heat off, let that boiling go down a little bit, and yep, then we'll be ready to fix us a plate. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix me a bowl. You're just trying to get you a dumpling or two out. Being very gentle when you do that so you don't break them. And get me a little soup off the bottom here. Now that right there is some good eating. So I hope you like this video. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please let me know in the comments if you do try it. It's a very old-timey recipe, actually passed down in my husband's family. So, you know, it's real near and dear to us. So I want you to give it a try and let me know how you like it. Like I said, super easy supper to throw together, and it's delicious, delicious. So please remember to like this video if you did, in fact, like it. Share it with your friends if anybody you know may enjoy learning how to cook chicken and dumplings or may enjoy the channel. Be sure to share it with them. And if you hadn't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button if you want to. So anyways, I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Talk to y'all next time.